Hey folks, it's time to do another demo video. Gonna go through the second row now. I haven't got round to cleaning them up yet, but let's have a quick look at them in the drawer, and I'll go through them all and give you my poor memories of them all. Right, let's see if I can put this up here without accidentally switching it off. Right, let's go then. Right, Damage. Danish band, not to be confused with various other bands called Damage. I interviewed him in my fanzine a long time ago, put one of their tracks on one of my compilation tapes. Yeah, and they were decent kind of rocking heavy metal. Good stuff. Flesh Feast, a cool northern death metal band. These guys played down the Brain Dead Club once. I think these are the fellas who got in a bit of trouble for having a bit of a ruck with the guy from the Devil's Church. I think it was these guys, Flesh Feast, because he didn't pay them or something the night before and they weren't too happy. But yeah, they were good musically, very good musically. Adoria, awesome female fronted black metal from London. We put on a gig with them once. They supported Ancient Rites from Belgian, the black metal band, and literally we gave them what was left after we paid the headline band and the bloody world sound man, and it was something pathetic like £7, but that's all we had. That's all we made on the night on the gig, so we give it to them, and that was a bit fucking shitty really. But you know, we was kind of like trying to operate without making a loss, if you know what I mean. So we never made any promises. Well, I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna hide this one slightly. This is Hairy Axe Wound. Slack Gash Attack, I think it is. Yeah, Slack Gash Attack. I'll hide the Slack Gash, you can't see it. And this was just a play loud, I'll let you read that yourself. And it was really poorly produced, daft, grindy kind of stuff with silly band names. The Gash was on vocals. Apparently his face had an accident and so it was replaced with a vagina or something stupid like that. That was the story of it anyway. Turd Burglar on guitars, Wank Biscuit on more guitars, Rev Furburger on bass, and Phallic Cucumber on drums. Yeah, awesome tracks like Granny Wants Bum Fun. Yeah. Yeah, Deep Beaver, but yeah, not very serious and, to be honest, not very good. Just a little bit of a laugh, really. I think it was the guys from The Enchanted having a muck around. Right, Brainstorm. Is this the Brainstorm just brought out an album recently that I've played on my show? I don't think it is. That's the German Brainstorm, is it? This must be. I don't think this is the German Brainstorm because they go back a long way. Ukraine. This is a Ukrainian band called Brainstorm. Is there a date on this demo? I can't see one. I don't think I've ever put this on my channel anywhere. I'm very seriously considering making videos for all the demos that you hear here, so you can check them out yourself if you wish to. Right, War Dance, they were cool. I think they had a track on one of the compilations I showed last week. I can't remember now though, but this was definitely a London band. I'm sure, no, it wasn't a London band. I think they were. Can't remember now. But they were based in London. But this is the guy from this is Gizbutt, who went on to be. I think he was in the Prodigy for a bit. But what was his? He was also English Dogs, I believe, if my brain is remembered properly. But this is a really cool thrashy demo. Warfare on CMFT Productions, a short sharp shock. Some great tracks on it. Against the Grain, Shock, Giveaway. Hours of Sunday is a really cool track. I've played these a few times on my show, but yeah, they also did an album after I bought this from them. They just brought out an album, but they changed their style completely. I think the album's called Monkey See Monkey Do, and it was nowhere near as my cup of tea as the War Dance demo was. Is this what's it say? Pre-Destruction Extremities there? Turn the light on, it hasn't helped me much. Is this a compilation? Yeah, underground compilation. Let's see what band's on it. It's a nice green tape. Nice green tape. You have to forgive the backdrop, by the way. These crappy things up here are literally stuff that I had on my wall since I was a teenager. There's one with my mum and her boyfriend. That's well old, that is. And these are things that I thought were funny when I was bloody well 17 or something. Got a few stickers up here as well. Necrosanct, Soils of Fate, Epitaph. That's my nephew and niece are now in their 30s. So there's a really old things. Right, side A. Kekel, Montfiji, Belia, Inner Warfare, Sufferance, Blockhead Candy, and Not. Side B, Inner Warfare, Kekel again, Sufferance, Excision, and World Hate. Kekel, were they not, I got a feeling they might have been a Christian band, Kekel. Sure, one of the bands my mate might mention. This might be why I've got this. Maybe it's all Christian metal. I'm not too sure. Couldn't tell you. Right, this is not a demo. It's a tape version of Grass Scumdogs of the Universe. I do have the album as well. Somehow I ended up getting it on tape also. I'm sure there's an extra song on this tape that's not on the album. God, my eyes are so bad now. Death Pod and Hexecution. I can't remember now, but I think Death Pod's definitely not on the album. So yeah, there's an extra track on here that's not on the album. Right, here's another compilation, In God's Own Image. Oh, is that a woman with a? I think that's a woman with a penis. She's feminine looking, and there seems to be a penis involved there for some reason. It's all rather confusing, but very popular this day and age apparently. So the bands on here, is it Unearthly, Morphosis, Mortal Affliction, Dreamsphere. I think this is an Irish compilation. Morphosis again. I'm pretty sure those are all Irish bands. Mind Right, Waylander, definitely an Irish band. Great band they are. Does that say Infected? Nepotus? I can't really make it out. Apathy, yeah, I remember them. Got their demo back in the day. Ministry of Terror, I believe that is. Wow, my eyes are so bad now. We need to go and get them tested. Shocking. But these are the guys that I had on my first compilation, my first demo. Sorry, my first compilation, my first fanzine. I interviewed these guys. They were from Colville in Leicester, where my brother used to live for a while. He lived near there anyway. Still lives out that way. And this guy, I can't remember what his name is now, but he went on to Craig something. He went on to be in a band called 1,000 Scars. Is it either 1,000 Scars or 100 Scars? I think it's 1,000 Scars. But yeah, this was like a kind of like industrially kind of thing. But the other band they did was more thrashy. Right, Dictat. I remember the name, but don't ask me where they're from. And don't ask me to be able to read the small text. France, by the looks of it. They appear to be a French band, yes. Dictat from France. Right, and lastly we have a band called Vladimir. Lastly on this row, not on this row, but on this draw of the row. There's 3 draws on each row. A band called Vladimir. This is a really cool, I think this might be up on my blog and also on my channel. I think I might, because it's like 8 songs, but a good quality production and well worth checking out. A kind of slightly black metal, maybe melodic death, but yeah, very decent. I remember enjoying this quite a bit, but don't ask me to remember any of the songs on it now because it's been a while since I listened to it. But it's definitely worth checking out. I think if I have got it on my channel, I'll try and remember to leave a link at the end of this video so you can go and listen to it. Right, so that's the first draw of the second row. Right, these guys, Hexecution, great guys. These were from Hertfordshire way. I think I saw them first at the Standard before I was putting gigs on there. I can't remember now. I think I did. And then later on when I was putting gigs on there, I put them on a few times. I interviewed them a couple of times, put them on my various compilations I did. Schizo was the bass player and singer from this band. Really nice fella. And yeah, always used to chat with them when he used to come down. I see him at the odd gig here and there as well. Great bloke. I hope he's doing well. I haven't fucking spoken to him in years. Hexecution. This is Epitaph from a Shallow Grave. Is that play showing backwards? I hope they're showing the right way around in... Sure it didn't used to show backwards. Oh, anyway. Yeah. They won a competition to get a recording. I can't remember, it was a Battle of Bands, I think, and they won the Battle of the Bands. I think the Devil's Church was putting it on. And they got a free recording at Copro, Philia Studios with Copro Records. And anyway, right, Undercroft. These I think were South American, Brazilian maybe. They're a very decent band. I think they went on to have lots of other recordings, but this is an early recording of theirs. No, Chile, that wasn't my second guess. Undercroft from Chile. There are some very good Chilean bands out there. Right, Dark Heresy, one of the bands I saw loads of times at the Standard in Walthamstow. When my band Suffering put out our first demo, A Tangled Web of Despair, we put this on the B-side of it just so more people could get to listen to this because we thought it was a cool demo and we just wanted to spread the word for them basically, so we put it on the B-side of our demo. These guys, I interviewed them in my fanzine. I think I put one of these on my compilation. They wanted to do an album on, I don't know what label it was now, quite a big label. Might have been Unisound or something like that, I can't remember now, but yeah. I think he might have moved off. The guy, Cola, I think his name was Cola, the singer. I think he might have moved to Scandinavia somewhere. Right, Hecate Throne. Oh, I didn't know I had an early Hecate Throne demo. I didn't remember having an early Hecate Throne demo, but apparently this is an early Hecate Throne demo, unless my poor eyesight is reading it wrong. Yeah, from Wrexham, so that's definitely the Welsh. We nearly played a gig with Hecate Throne, but apparently we were told this is at the Devil's Church, and we was going to be putting the gig up. We was going to be sort of opening the gig. It was going to be Hecate Throne, a South African band called VOD, Voices of Destruction, and apparently they pulled out Hecate Throne because they did a gig the night before they were tired. This is what Ike from the Devil's Church told us anyway. So we cancelled the gig, but we was like, we had our equipment there and the venue were up for it, so we said, well, we'll just fucking carry on doing it. We'll just do it without Mike. We'll just do it ourselves. So us and Voice of Destruction, I think it was. I think I got a feeling that another band, I think it might, the guys who, what was their name? Entire. A black metal band called Entire. Later on, the singer left and they changed their name to, they went back. They were a good band, I like them. Ashley Screams. Ashley Screams, later members of Ashley Screams went on to Ted Mall, I believe. Right, Paramecium, Christian, Australian, Death Doom. The album I've got on CD of theirs is awesome. It's got like a 17-18 minute song for the song, which is just fucking epic. But this is their demo, Silent Carnage. Can't say I have any members of that particularly, but the album was great, so I'm sure there's some good tracks on there. Right, nice London English doom metal from Morning, Blessed by the Sabbath. I know these guys are highly appreciated with their albums, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was sought after demo. Pat, the singer guitarist, he actually came in my house once for some reason. I can't remember why. And I interviewed him for his other band that he had before this. Before this, he had a band called Blistering Anal Skin, and they were kind of like a funny kind of grind band. They got tunes that I can still remember to this day. It's like, wish I'd turned the gas off or something like that. It's about a bloke going home and finding his block of flats has burnt down. And there was another one called Plane Crash Blues that every time I got on a plane, it always jumped to my head. Who's this? Intention Positive. I have a positive intention. I haven't got a clue, and I don't remember this in the slightest. I don't know. It's from 1999. I get the feeling from the name. I'm guessing like hardcorey kind of like, or thrashy. Where are they from? West Midlands hardcore. I was right. I got it from the name. So I don't know how I got hold of this, because hardcore's not ever been my thing. I've never been a great fan of hardcore. I just got like angry music, like they just sort of get angry a lot and swing their fucking elbows around in pits, which I can't stand. But saying that, I've got no offence. We had when we was doing the Brain Dead Club, and Pierre from Knuckle Dust, and we gave him one of our all-dayers, because I know there's 2 bank holidays in August, so he'd have the 1st August, I think, for a hardcore all-dayer. And all the people were nice, but I just don't like that fucking kind of pit action. It's not my cup of tea. I don't want to be banging my head and get an elbow in my face or a foot in the face, you know. Well, these are a cool Welsh stoner doom band who used to come to the Brain Dead Club a few times, called Grimoire. Or was it Grimorium? No, Grimorium, that was it. Grimorium. They were really cool, actually. I should give this a listen, actually. I meant to put a tape on to play in the background while I was doing this, but never mind. Bugger it. Right, this is the DAM Human Wreckage, the demo of Human Wreckage. I love DAM. They're a really cool UK thrash band. When they played a few years ago now, they played at the Titan Fest in London, and normally I'd be there with my camera filming, but because the guy who was running it wanted to get footage of all the bands, and he let people in. Like, there's a few people. He said, you give them each your camera and said, film all the bands as much as you can, and then he was going to put it all together and put it on YouTube. He never did. But when I was watching DAM, I was like, I was almost crying, man. I loved it. I was like, I loved them back in the day, and I was just so fucking happy to see them live again that time. I don't know if I'll ever see them again, but they've got some great fucking banging tunes. Right, first demo, I believe, from Desecration. This was a freebie back in the day. I'm sure this was one who's like to send them and say here, and they sent it to you. First time I saw these guys were at the George Roby in not Seven Sisters, Finsbury Park. George Roby, Finsbury Park. That's where we played our first gig a few years later. This was an all-dayer they were put on there, and headliners were Gorguts and Blasphemy from Canada. But I didn't watch them 2 bands because I had to go back to Walthamstow to the Royal Standard to see Cadaver Cadaver, Osiris and Red Harvest, because I loved Cadaver, and even though I'd been to the All Day of previously just down the road, 3 stops down the road at Finsbury Park, I had to go and see Cadaver, and they had the old cello. I fucking loved them. Right. Heckle and Koch MP5 SD3 for ages 7+. I don't know. Is there a band involved in this? Oh, is this Creed or something? I can't really make that out. Yeah, Creed for ages 7+, promo copy. Right, now is this the Creed that used to live in Leighton? There was a Creed that lived in Leighton. No, it's not this band. Where's that? Oh, Fiend. No, what's that say? It's in the UK. Oh, I can't make that out. Does that say Leeds? Preston, Lancashire. Okay, and this is Creed. I think these might be the guys who used to be Mausoleum. I think that was it. Mausoleum were a great grindcore band. I see them at the Devil's Church one time, and I interviewed them in my first fanzine, and they were cool. And then for some reason they changed the name, became Creed. I'm pretty sure this is the same fellas, and totally changed their style. And to be frank, I thought it was shite. Not my cup of tea at all. Right, the Untermensch. These used to be around a lot in the day. Played London a few times. Always on compilation tapes and on fanzines and stuff back in the day. I think I interviewed them in my fanzine. I think I had a track of theirs on one of my compilations, but this was one of their demos anyway. They were quite cool. They were alright. They weren't like 100% my cup of tea. I was kind of like, I find them a little bit hard to grasp, I seem to recall. I was like, I like it, but it's not really grabbing me like strongly, you know? Right, these 2 demos, like band from Essex. I think it was 2 brothers and another fellow bass player who went on to be the bass player for Gore Rotted, Steve Smith. And I heard he stopped listening to metal and took up fishing. This is what someone told me anyway. But Beyond Fear, great technical, brutal death metal, really long songs. But yeah, good stuff. I interviewed them in my first fanzine. Yeah, John and Alex Betts. Doug Gray was on drum. I'm sure Steve Smith was in them as well, but apparently not on this recording. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. The Taste of Red Impurity. Yeah, this is from '94. It says on this one, as you can see, we don't have a bass player, so if you're interested, it's a nice Conan looking chap chopping some bloke's head off. Yeah. Let's just test my memory and have a look at the next demo, see if it's got a guy called Steve Smith on bass. So I'm not completely off with my rememberings. Right, get away without calling. Right, so that's Taste of Red Impurity. This is Dreaming of Pure Carnage. The second demo. These guys, I think they had a CD as well at some point. Whether it was a full album or an EP, I'm sure there was a little CD from them. Is there anyone called Steve in this? Yes, there he is. There's Steve Smith, who was in Gore Rotted after this band. I think these guys split up and he joined Gore Rotted. He was a cool chap. He was a nice enough chap. I remember him. I've had a few chats with him over the years. He was a nice enough fellow. Let's see. Being nosy, see if I made the thanks list. Because I can't remember if I got into them before this demo or after this demo. I think it might have been after this demo. But yeah, I saw them live a couple of times. I think they played it all day at the Devil's Church once. Downright Malice. I think these were French. This is kind of heavy metal, sort of like old school heavy metal kind of thing. Downright Malice from France. I was correct. There you go. Downright Malice. Criminally Insane is the name of the demo. Fuck Your Morality, one of the songs. Yeah, quite decent enough, pretty cool production for a demo as well, as far as I recall. Right, Mortuary, The Mortified Faces. I have a feeling I should remember this more, but I'm afraid I don't. Mortuary, where were they from? This is a demo from '94. These are from France as well. Mortuary from France. Okay. Right, the band name is Spithead, Indolent Infected Death. Spithead, was that the guy from fuck it, Belgian band. Raf Fulimans was the guy's name. He wrote to me for a bit. I played his other band on my podcast a little while back. That's if it is the fucking same geezer. No, it's a completely different. No name that on there. So oh no, this is a different demo. It's inside it as well. There's a Gandalf demo in as well, apparently. So Gandalf is on one side, demo number 2, and Spithead demo number 2 is on the other side. Let's have a look at this one. What was it? Excess of Cruelty. I'm sure it was the same guy from Excess of Cruelty, but I need to just check now because they just jumped in my head, and it could well be 100% wrong. They are from Belgium though, so it could be that I am remembering. This is not the fellow I used to write to, Steve de Monk. It rings a bell. I think this is the one with Raf Wulimans on it. Anyway, if it is the correct one. So I played them on my fanzine. I don't know if I want to say it. And then I looked up the fella as a remembering, and I found out he was in a blinking. I think he was in a white power band as well or something. I was like, oh fuck no, I didn't realise that. Right, Immortal Suffering. Yeah, Immortal Suffering. What do I remember about them? Nothing. The other than the name ringing a bell, I can't really remember anything, and I can't read any of this, man. Shit, I used to be able to read this kind of stuff. Don't matter how far away it is from me now, and close is even worse. I don't have a clue. But yeah, this is your old photocopy, cover there. Let me show you the old photocopy cover. Yeah, really rough artwork, if you can call it that. Immortal Suffering. I'm pretty sure they're death metal. I mean, what name like that, and looking at the stuff on there, it's definitely death metal. Right, this next one I'm looking at, A Beautiful Art of Violence. Is that Tortured Through Memory? I think that's Tortured Through Memory. Yes, it is Tortured Through Memory. These guys, I think, were from near Wales or in Wales. They were cool. They come down to Brain Dead Club and played once. They were nice chaps, actually. Yeah, I put them on my fanzine compilations. They were kind of, I don't know how you would call them, really. They weren't quite death metal, weren't really thrash. They were kind of like that heavy sort of, I don't know, like Tool maybe or something like that. I don't know. I've never really been a fan of Tool, but I like these guys. I mean, I enjoyed it. It wasn't my 100% my most greatest thing I ever listened to. It wasn't, right up my 100% up my cup of tea, but it was good. It was decent for for what it was. Sort of good, chunky, heavy, without being death metal kind of stuff. Core Collapse. Right, it looks like a good quality demo. Anyway, it looks like pro. Oh no, actually, tell a lie. This looks like it's been done over over something else. And this site says high technology, the best. So I'm guessing they've taped over a blinking blank. They've made that tape blank somehow. Maybe they covered up the tab or something, or pulled the tab off, and then they recorded over it. That's what I'm guessing anyway, because it doesn't say core inside it. Any clue on who these fellas are or where they hail from? Overseas. What does that say? No, I can't see an actual country name. Brazil. I think I see a Brazil there. So these are from Brazil, I'm guessing. Unless I've read that wrong. Right, this next one I'm going to show you is a UK death metal great. You have to call it a great. Of their time, they were like one of the underground big bands at that point. Gomorrah. Yeah, great band, Gomorrah. We played with them once. I told you that last video. We played with them at the Brain Dead Club. We put them on. The guy from the band, Jose, he used to do Filia Studios, Copro Records. He'd like phone me up and say, hey, I've got a band, managing whatever, we want to do a date kind of thing. I think he organised the gig we did with Deranged and Vomitory. I'm pretty sure he was the one who phoned up and set them up for that gig. Anyway, Gomorrah, this is their demo, Umbilical Divorce. I played this a little while ago on my podcast as well, in one of my blasts from the pasts. I can't remember if it was off this demo or not. It might have been. But yeah, they were a cool band. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously they're not going anymore. I think the Filia Studios and Copro Records are still going. Also Casket. I think Casket Productions. I think that was him as well. It's like a sort of pay-as-you-go kind of label. I think where you put so much money in and you pay towards your promotion and your recordings. I believe that's how it worked. I never really went there, so don't quote me on anything. Right, Dark Mist. Behind a Black Curtain, demo 95. I do not remember it. It's on Lusitanian Productions from Portugal. So I'm guessing these are a Portuguese band. Yes, they are from Portugal. Dark Mist from Portugal. Right. This next band, they're called Iconic Memory, but I certainly... No, sorry, I've skipped one. Let's leave that one for... I think that's the last one, Iconic Memory. Let's go to this next one. Alpha, Empire of Fantasy. I'm guessing... I think it was Doom Death. Live from Zero Club. March 95. From Greece. Got some lyrics. Little lyric sheet. Yeah, I can't remember anything about this. Probably I might listen to it once when I got it and never played it again. Who knows? Well, back in the day when you really first get into metal and you've got money because you're working, every month you go out and you buy new stuff. Unless it caught your ear straight away, quite often it would just, as the months went on, you'd be listening to new stuff and you wouldn't get to listen to old stuff. Right, as I said, this is Iconic Memory. The last one, I don't have any memory of this, iconic or otherwise. It looks like a reasonably good production. Well, it's just a fucking photocopy. It's just a photocopy, but some of them were really shit. These guys from Derbyshire. But yeah, so for demo quality, that's a reasonably laid out and printed up sleeve. Iconic Memory. Yeah, Rob Manning and Stephen Wigglesworth. Yeah, I don't remember those guys at all. I don't know if I ever featured them in anything that I did. So I don't know where I got it from. I might have bought it at a gig. I might have bought it from a distro, something like that. It might have been a trade, maybe, way back in the day. Who knows? Many, many moons have gone past then. I've got a plectrum up here. I don't know where that's from. Anyway, I look, and the little sticker for Zed Yargo that's fallen off one of my boxes. Yeah, that's it for this video then. I've got, so that's number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 videos I could do in this series. I might have a few demos. I've got a few demos like sitting over there actually on the side. Maybe I can get 10 out of it. If I look around for some demos, I just have to be lying around and never had spaces in the drawers. Let me know if you listened to any of these, or if this inspires you to make your own demo video. Then tag me if you want, and I'll come on and check it out. And yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll be back next week with some more demos. And I think I will try to start recording demos again and put them up on my channel, but I am considering making a whole new channel just for my heavy metal stuff, because my channel is so kind of like cross polluted. You got comics on there, you got Fallout and Skyrim playing on there, you got bloody Solitaire on there, you got me doing walks on there, you got poetry on there, you got all my channel is such a mishmash. And maybe I should just make one channel for my heavy metal, and maybe it'll get more traction because people aren't going to be bogged down with comic books I'm not interested in. But anyway, we'll see what happens if I can be bothered. Cheers for watching. Bye.